So hi there, I am Dan. I've been doing digital art for about 4 years now, and here are my socials. You can see some of my work there, but I mostly post on Deviant art. So let's get past that, and here are some ways on how I usually do my line art. So side note there, too. So don't be afraid to use any type of brush as long as you're comfortable with it. As long as you vibe with it, you can use any type of brush as long as you want. So first things first, let's try to create a line art for this sketch. This is how I usually do my line art. Okay, so there are points that I need to remember. Straight and curved lines. Let's try to lower the opacity so that we see the difference. So it's between straight line versus a curved line. You can use straight lines to add sharp edges, or this right here, adding a sharp edges for face to define the jaw, adding a more straight river line to redefine the jaw or shape of the face. Using curved lines, we can use to add typically we sometimes use curved lines if we're trying to draw a hair or an object that needs a curved line. So we can just simply do like this. Okay, although it's viable, but like that, or doing straight lines, straight lines, straight lines. Although it's viable, but I think it would be more it will create more depth if you try to combine both and then include where to add a straight line and a curved line. Okay. Next thing is thick and thin lines. There's also a difference if you add a thick line here versus you draw a more thin line here. Deciding where to add the weight in your strokes can drastically improve on how it looks. Adding thick lines to define the detail or to lessen the emphasis of the drawing. What I meant by that is that finding the details. The focus here is the face, so generally we add more emphasis towards the face or the parts of the shadow to emphasize the shape of the face. Adding small lines to only add the strokes of the hair. So adding line art to the hair doesn't really I think it's more of a hassle because you can simply add details when you're adding color already. You can just get the shape of your hair and only emphasize the outside of the drawing. All those four boils down on how to control or how you control your strokes. So if you manage to control your strokes, this is very useful if you want to have a continuous flow or have a faster pace in drawing. Then the next thing is adding and cutting. What I meant by this is that when you add the stroke and then you cut the stroke, this will help avoid always using the Control-Z button or the undo button. This helps especially if you're trying to do an illustration. So copy this and use this sketch instead. So first of all is that for me, this is I can simply go with it and then run with it because I can see the shape itself, or like I can already envision what I wanted to add. So I can simply just clean or like add a line and then clean it. So I can simply clean this up. Simply add a line and then cut like sculpting just to get the perfect line that you're looking for. course. Why not just add a line, and then if you don't like it, you can just erase it or like reshape it. So this is the completed. I think for me it's clean already. With this, I can add colors with this and recently finished the drawing. Although it's very unusual, I didn't really add another layer, but rather I only clean the sketch itself. For me, this usually helps me if I'm trying to rush an illustration or I need to complete immediately. So lastly, I would like to tell you to remember to always do confident lines and don't try to limit your strokes by zooming in the illustration. Like I said, shapes are what we are trying to capture. Only zoom in when you are trying to add detail. Okay? With this, you can try to apply all the things that I've said and add a new layer to apply the things that I need to remember. So I will be using this brush to draw the line art. Let's go. And so this is the final result. I hope you learned something from this video. And please do note that this is just my own way of doing line art. But remember, there are different ways to do line art. So don't be afraid to experiment. So have fun. Bye.